Welcome back to the common room. That was Mark Williams' Show No Mercy.
Show no mercy is what all the lecturers do when they assess my assignments.
I think we can all relate to that one, mate.
It's just so much red ink on my assignments. It's like the blood of my ambitions pouring off the page.
It is time for our favourite segment, Yeah Nah.
Yeah, nah, mate. Nah, yeah, nah, yeah.
Ashleigh, the first one is for you. Monado is the best zoo in Australia. Yeah, nah. Yeah,
I'm
nah.
going to have to go a hard yeah with that. You get so close to the animals and they're all around you. Granted, I haven't been to every zoo. I've been to Australia Zoo, and that is quite good.
Australia Zoo is great for crocodiles. There's no doubt about that. And it's great with the petting zoo as well. But I like the open range part of Monado. And you can feed lions now. Come on.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's pretty great. And the giraffes running around, it's like being in Africa where they live.
Yeah, I think Australia Zoo is probably the best zoo that isn't open range, where you can drive through with the buses. Would that be fair?
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I went there on Nikki Webster's birthday.
Nice. Was it
The
good?
Veronicas were playing.
Wow, you got the full experience.
I got the full experience. And it was free because I was a child then.
Those were the times.
Oh, the times.
What have you got for me?
All right, here's an Australian classic. Double coated is the best variety of Tim Tam.
Ooh. There are just so many to pick from. To me, that's going to be, double the chocolate. I mean, come on. What is wrong with that? Tell me what is wrong with that.
Nothing. That's why it's the best one. Double coated all the way.
Double coated all the way. The caramel, all right, as well.
It's very good. I like a caramel, but you can't beat double coated.
Yep, you can't beat it. More real-life subjects should be taught in schools. So in other words, they should be taught how to do your tax, how to change a tyre, stuff like that. Simple real-life skills.
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Home ec was probably the only one with any life skills. Even woodworking we did. We didn't really do woodworking. We did plastics molding or whatever it is. I'm not going to do plastic moldings in my house. Why are you teaching me these things?
I still think it's interesting doing a plastics molding, but because we didn't get much of that. We got some. I mean, but what I did notice with sometimes woodwork and metalwork, we'd do the most complicated joins. We did pin joints and everything with it. It's not very used, but we want to show that your skills, which is good for the point. But I'm can we do the basics sometimes as well?
I can't use a hammer. Why are you teaching me?
What do you mean
how
you
to
can't
use?
What?
Well, when you're starting, it's I can't use a hammer. Why are you teaching me how to do a drill press? I haven't got a drill press in my house. I've got hammers and nails.
Okay, just to reinforce, folks, he does know how to use a hammer.
I do know how to use a hammer. You just hit stuff real hard. I worked it out.
With the metal end. You don't just hit it with just with the end.
Maybe I don't know how to use a hammer.
Oh, what have you got?
All right, if you're talking about schools, I want to hear your attitude to school uniforms. Are you in favour? Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I know it's harsh, but I think we live in such a judgmental society today. I can't really see it in people to look past that, which is a shame because I look at my parents grew up without a uniform and it looks great, to make your own decisions. But people are mean, man. People are really mean.
People are really mean. I remember it was such a status symbol, what coloured wrist doohickey you had on. You know those cure for whatever they are.
Oh, you mean the charity ones?
Like charity bands, and
they weren't paying you out for wearing charity stuff.
It was a prestige thing, which ones you had. It's you have a brown one for, I don't know, bowel cancer or something. That's not very good. You've got to have the blue one for Alzheimer's.
How shallow are these people?
I don't know, but this is what the popular kids were like. Imagine that with clothes.
If you were like this as a kid, take a good long look in the mirror. Seriously. Just absolutely disappointing. Ashleigh,
yeah.
Australians know more about American politics than they do Australian politics.
Yeah, it's all that's on television these days with the old Trump and actually that's as far as my politics go.
You really don't know Joe Biden?
Oh yeah, Biden. He's a good guy, bad guy. What's the vibe?
That's okay. Okay, maybe you're an outlier
I'm
in this
an outlier.
situation.
I don't know. People do know a lot about politics. I think it's to do with us having compulsory voting, of course, because everyone's got to be somewhat invested. They've got to at least know which one they usually tick, even if they don't know the current policies.
I bet you're right now, though, that they could name more ministers, well, not ministers, the American equivalent to ministers than what they can of Australian ministers. So if I said to a random student just walking down, name me the federal minister, of education, for example, they'd have no idea. But if I said who is like the Speaker of the House for the Democrat Party, I bet you they'd know it. Bet you.
Bet you? So you got to ask. You got to ask me because I have no idea. Either way.
Okay, maybe that idea wasn't smart.
Yeah or no? What was your answer for that? I think I'm gonna go. I don't know either.
You would. What do you got?
All right, let's go. Films. Do you think sequels are better than prequels? Sequels are better than prequels.
Man, that is hard. Because it really depends on the genre. We haven't had great examples of...
Well, what made me think of this is we've been watching the old Star Wars. Have you watched Star Wars?
Of course I've watched Star Wars.
Yes, my wife has got into Star Wars recently because they've released a Sims pack for Star Wars. Literally the reason she's got into Star Wars. Not even a joke. And we've been watching Star Wars. And the prequels, I don't think, are as good as the Disney sequels.
Yeah, so...
So you got to go yeah or nah. Sequels better than prequels. I'm talking generally in this question, but specifically to Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm going to go sequels. It's a yeah.
Yeah?
It's a yeah. Only because there's some of the prequels that we have seen haven't been great. The Hobbit was okay. The Hobbit tried to do some things, but the Hobbit movie series added so many things that the book never had. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make it a really untrue portrayal. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's only based on one movie series, though. I mean, it'd be pretty harsh to do. The thing I will say about Star Wars, the prequels, some of those lightsaber fights are epic.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong with that. But the story and the plot, it's trade deals. Who wants to watch about trade deals?
Yeah, it's difficult in that sense. I mean, I always feel sorry for whoever was going to play Anakin, because Anakin had that, all right, you've got to be Darth Vader, and we want to see how you came into Darth Vader. That's a really hard character to play. I don't care what actor did it. That was always going to be a hard job. And it really, I mean, just as hard for the writer, really,
Definitely.
And I think we all got left a bit disappointed. But anyway, that's enough on that. We should go into the next one, which is more people will be homeschooled once the pandemic hopefully ends.
Oh,
So they'll continue to be homeschooled.
I reckon this is a definite nah. People are going to be so sick of homeschooling, I tell you what.
Yeah, that is my first thought when I hear this one too.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to
Can't wait
want
to get rid of these kids.
I got a similar question I had on my list, which is homeschool kids are weird, yeah or nah? And the answer obviously is yeah. I have not met a normal homeschool kid. My brother is homeschooled, by the way.
The MEAA might have a bit of a problem with that in the code of ethics. So why is your brother homeschooled and you weren't?
He's Asperger's, so he gets overwhelmed with crowds.
Okay.
So it wasn't the right environment for him. And I'm not going to say he's doing much better at home, because he's got to actually turn up to his online classes. If you're listening, Hugh, do your homework.
Australia should adopt the ban on one-use plastics like they have in South Australia. So the rest of the country should do it.
Yeah, come on. South Australia does everything first. I tell you what, we're the best state, and I won't hear otherwise.
We're probably one of the most green states.
Definitely the most green state, even though Melbourne and Victoria, which is the same place, claim to be. They're all green and stuff. No, South Australia does the bottle recycling. We do.
More states have to adopt that.
Oh, definitely.
Queensland haven't done it for too long, but I know they have recently.
Recently took it up. I believe Northern Territory does it as well.
It just makes complete sense to me. Oh, there's free money on the side of the road. Will I leave it on the side, or will I pick it up and go get money?
Pick it up. It's 10 cents now. 10 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Well, university students are loving it right now. They're not going to see it. You're throwing that can on the road? What are you, an animal?
Yeah, imagine if they do it for, like, I don't know, couches and sofas. There'll be nothing on the Gawler line at all.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I wonder if we could get, like, if you filled up a rubbish bag from the environment, should you get, like, $5 or something? You know?
I definitely support that thing, but it's so open to abuse.
Yeah. Instead, I mean, but we have Clean Up Australia Day, you know what I mean? And I wonder if we could make it. A Clean Up Australia Day is a very good day to have, but I'm just like, what if we made it more, common, like not just
It
one
makes
day?
people feel more patriotic about Australia in the right way.
Yeah.
Our beautiful landscape.
Clean Up Australia Day was huge in primary school. I remember
I
that. We used to have competitions who could get the most rubbish.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do it these days in such a big way at schools. It used to be huge.
Got any more for me?
All right, let's go with hoppy beer. Yeah or nah? Do you like your beer hoppy?
This is hard because I don't drink beer at all.
Oh, all right. Well, you're just wrong anyway.
So
The answer is nah. You don't want too many hops in it that ruins it. You know they say Australian barley is like the best barley in the world for brewing beer.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a big debate to have. I mean, but
This is what the Adelaide University researchers discovered. I wonder if that's biased at all.
oh yeah. Last one for you. Australia should manufacture more, so we should be manufacturing things more.
Oh, yeah. Broadly, I think we should be manufacturing more things locally, so we have products closer to home when pandemics like this stop free trade across countries.
I think we need to extend more than just food and wine and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of stuff that we can create, and there's good examples like the Brabham, which is the supercar made in Adelaide, which is absolutely insane. There's stuff that we can make like that. That's basically some of the pinnacle of whatever item you're making. So we need to back ourselves here, I think. And during the pandemic, when we've got cut off for a lot of things, it kind of proved like maybe we should make some more things.
Maybe we should make toilet paper here. See that we use it. Maybe we should make face masks.
We do make it here, don't we?
Well, we do now. Had to hurriedly set up some factories to cope with the
I'm
demand.
going to check that one because I think we've been making it for a bit.
And we definitely mine the most raw ores. So if we're making those into products as well, it's made it a lot cheaper for the whole process.
Yeah, exactly. It's a question that I've been asking for a while, and I think it's definitely something we should adopt. But that is it for Yeah Nah today. It is time for a break on the Common Room. You are listening to us on Unicast.
Yeah, nah, mate.